picturesque Bellarine Peninsula near Geelong, Sea Road Ferries loads cars and passengers for a trip across the mouth of Port Phillip Bay. Victoria's COVID-19 lockdown slashed patronage on this service to less than 10% of normal volumes in 2020. And when 7:30 last visited, times were tough.
It certainly is a challenge, and we already know of businesses that haven't survived.
But like many other companies, it has bounced back much faster than expected now the country has reopened and held on to most of its staff.
It's a really competitive market out there, and really competitive particularly in roles around food and beverage and customer service.
With the national unemployment rate forecast to soon fall below 4%, Sea Road Ferries is bracing for workers to become even harder to find.
Particularly for high quality staff, and that's the whole gamut. It's the lifestyle, it's the location, pay takes some role in that, but I think it's really the whole thing, and I think post-COVID people are really looking for, a new way of thinking about their work.
Employees can more easily switch jobs at the moment because the unemployment rate has been pushed down, mostly due to enormous levels of government stimulus spending and record low interest rates. The Coalition says it wants companies to jostle for the best staff in order to drive up wages after years of stagnation.
If we drive down the unemployment rate, we will see upward pressure on wages.
On budget night, the government again declared workers would get a pay rise if it is re-elected of more than 3% next financial year.
There we go.
Job and wealth creation are key themes for the PM each day on the campaign trail, as he continues to claim the Coalition is best placed to manage the economy.
There we go.
The reality is it's a seller's market at the moment. If you want a job, there's record levels of vacancies. Employers are screaming out to get workers, and when people are leaving jobs, employers have to upgrade what they're paying. But for much of the past decade, forecast wage rises in the budget books have not materialised, and even if the current expectations are right, most of the increase in salaries will be eaten up by rises in the cost of everyday items. Pay packets are just expected to eclipse inflation next financial year, but only by a full percentage point in 2025. Over that same period, households with mortgages are expected to face several interest rate rises.
So what's clear is that even if wages go up, it's going to be lagging the increase in prices. That's what's happening right now, and that will continue certainly through the first half of this year. Most of the forecasts are that inflation will peak around the middle of this year and then subside. But there are a lot of unknowns here.
As Anthony Albanese tours the country, he's been telling people that their pay packets have been going backwards in real terms under the Coalition, and claiming that low wage growth is a key part of the government's economic plan.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
A jobs summit and a white paper on full employment would be early aims of an Albanese government to try to tackle the problem. But some of the Labor leaders' recent claims about casual work have been dubbed wrong or misleading.
What is misleading is to suggest that casualisation is an ever-increasing problem and we are now at record highs. So if anything, it looks like the casual share has fallen.
Several unions are also raising concerns about casual work at this election, but as part of a broader campaign that also encompasses people in gig economy jobs and those on fixed-term contracts. They argue that those arrangements are inherently insecure.
Workers' rights are under attack.
They also want a 5% increase to the minimum wage and claim a decline in their membership and an increase in corporate power has helped sever the link between low unemployment and higher salaries.
That theory worked when workers had higher bargaining power, increased power to be able to, when there was a tighter labour market, see increased wages. The federal government are one of the largest employers in the country. So if they were serious about the need for the economy to see wages lifting, then they would provide wage increases for their own employees.
At elections, it's common for those who enter the fray to cherry-pick the economic data that suits their argument, confident that many voters won't fully understand what it actually means. Business groups claim wage rises here will only be meaningful if the next government spends more time investing in making workers more skilled and efficient, boosting productivity.
I don't think we want to get back to a situation
where wages growth is 7% per annum and inflation is also 7% per annum.
Government forecasts suggest staff in the healthcare and social care sectors are going to be among those in the highest demand over the next few years, along with those involved in IT, education and hospitality.
Both major parties concede that more workers from overseas will be required to meet some of their policy promises, particularly the Coalition's pledge to create 1.3 million jobs.
Our migration program is set out in the budget. The cap is there at 160,000.
Labor's plan to have more staff in aged care homes has already raised concerns in New Zealand that Australia could take some of their nurses.
Skilled migration is in the mix. New Zealand's comments confirm that. They confirm that Australia is an attractive destination to come.
Can I get a high five?
Good boy. Skilled migration is not a topic either leader really wants to spend much time talking about in an election campaign. But big business groups believe there should be more discussion about it now. They claim if levels don't pick up, then all sorts of companies could find it harder and harder to fill key roles.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 7:30's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.